don't be afraid of direct sales. I think I was really afraid. I can't even like really access the fear that I had before to really break it down. I just feel like I'm in a completely different place. Hey, it's Brianna, your entrepreneur with no job, but I do have a dream, and this is my journey. Today, I'm going to give you an update on Mary Kay. I started Mary Kay on January 1st, so it's been 2 months at this point, and I have a lot to fill you in on. I'm going to let you know how my goals have been met, or if I'm meeting my goals, and I'm even going to tell you a little bit about my sales performance and some of the other benefits I've experienced. But before I tell you that, I just wanted to say I am moved from North Carolina. I've moved out of my house there and will be moving into my house in Missouri next week. I'm currently at the Oriad on the University of Kansas's campus for my husband's mom's ex-husband's wedding. That's what we're doing here today. So I'm going to utilize this beautiful space to give you my update. First of all, the reasons I decided to move forward with Mary Kay were because I wanted business experience. My overall goal, or my long-term goal, is to become a business coach or consultant. And I felt like having experience in another business would help. And I wanted to learn sales, and I wanted a way to make money immediately, since not making money with my other endeavors was causing some anxiety. So this is what I chose to do based on the options that were available to me. At the time, the idea to subsidize my dream came into my psyche, and I do have a video about that. All right, so I want to talk individually about how my experience or how my goals are being met based on my experience. So the first goal I had was to learn business. I will definitely say I have learned some about business in a few specific ways. So at first, I was not keeping records of what my sales were, but when I had a meeting, I went to a meeting where they were talking a lot about goals, and I realized I don't have them for Mary Kay, and how can you really even start to make goals or determine if you've met them if you're not keeping track? So I've been writing down all my sales and everybody I see each month, and seeing that number has really motivated me to move forward. Like, I can see where I'm at, so it makes it more impactful in terms of each sale, just knowing like that's adding to the tally. So that's number one. Number two is I've learned that it's really important not to procrastinate with the service, because for one, I had an order I did a party, and I didn't have one of the products that was ordered. Now, I have also learned whatever you show customers, you need to have with you if you do have the inventory. So I didn't have the lip scrub, and I had to mail it, and it took me like a week to mail it, and I felt really bad about that. So that's number one. I have to be good about being prompt. And then number two, in the same realm of being prompt, I didn't really follow up on some of the conversations I was having about making appointments, partly because I'm moving, so I wasn't super motivated to make relationships in North Carolina. I also learned a lesson about profitability, or if something's worth my time. A few videos ago, I talked about protecting my time. That same week, I had an order, I was really appreciative of. Someone read in my personal blog about me selling Mary Kay, so she asked for some eyeliner. Eyeliner is about $12, I believe, and we make 50% profit. So she bought eyeliner for $12. My profit is $6. But she lived in Missouri, so I had to mail it to her. It cost me 50 cents to buy the packaging, and then the shipping was $3.78, so that's a total of $4.28, which makes my profit $1.62. Is that right? $1.62. $72. That was not really even worth my time to go get those supplies and mail it. So I have to come up with some sort of rule about what I'm going to mail, or I just have to add shipping for under a certain amount. Next, this is the best lesson I think I've learned in terms of business. Since I have made my money one facial at a time, one set of skincare cleanser at a time, I don't want to waste my money. I don't want to spend my money on things I don't need, because I have a concept of how hard it was to earn it, which is interesting because when I was making, what was I making on my last job? $15.85 an hour or something. I definitely had no problem spending that. So I like that I have a better sense of value for the money that I'm making. And now that I have a business, I also have a concept of not buying things on my business account, because everything I buy is cutting into my profit. So I don't want to keep making purchases that, when it's all balanced out, are going to just make me less money. So it's helped me to be conservative in that way. And I think some people write off a lot of different things, but I want to pay down my debt as fast as possible. What I did was, when I wanted to get the MacBook, so I had applied for some credit card that came in the mail. I have very good credit, by the way. So I got a 0 interest credit card for 15 months or whatever. And so I put all my business stuff on there last year, including the things I bought from Mary Kay. And I want to pay that off by the end of the year. So I can't keep buying stuff. So I moved last week, like I said, accidentally got my MacBook charger packed up. I had to pay $75 to get a new charger, but I needed it so I could keep working until my possessions arrive. And it was that hurt to have to pay for something that I already have. So those are very good lessons I think I've learned in the sense of business. Now, in terms of sales, I don't know that I've gained a lot of sales knowledge. However, I do have a mindset shift. If you watch the video about what was it? Facing All Your Fears, I think it's called. I was really apprehensive about selling. I realized I was going to have a lot to overcome. First of all, once I've gotten past my immediate friends, like the people I see and talk to every day, it has been so much easier. And my Mary Kay lady had told me that if the people you meet that are new, like when you meet new people, they know you as a Mary Kay consultant or a beauty consultant. So you have credibility already. Whereas when you start something with the people you already know, they don't take you as seriously. And so since I've gotten past those people, I've had much more success. It's been much easier to talk about the products and get appointments and blah, blah, blah. Now, I do want to also say I put forth almost minimal effort because I've been moving, didn't really want to make relationships. Plus, a lot of my time has been spent trying to find a place to live. I do have a place to live now. I'm not living there yet. Even though I didn't spend a ton of time working on Mary Kay, I did learn 2 very important lessons. The first was more of a mindset shift. So before, I felt ashamed of being a salesperson, and I recognized that people feel that sales is shameful. So I stopped being ashamed of the fact that I'm selling something, because people are in fact buying things and they're often in an attitude or in a place where they're looking for things to buy. Just think about how if you see someone wearing something that you really like, you may ask them where they got it, and then you might consider purchasing that or something like it for yourself. Even if you didn't wake up that morning thinking, you know what, I definitely need cat framed sunglasses from Amazon. So I look at it like that. For instance, I had an appointment with someone. I Facebooked her and asked if she was interested in a facial. She said not really, but if it would help my business, she would do it. Now, at that time, I was still trying to get the 30 faces in 30 days. So I went over to her house. I really enjoyed being there. When I was there, she told me that she needed to start using products for anti-aging, because I think she's older than her husband, so she's concerned with looking older than him. And so she ended up buying our flagship product, the Time Wise Miracle Set. And then later she spent $55 more and bought a microderm set. So I don't know why she wouldn't have assumed that I would have a product to meet that need. But when I did show up with a product to meet that need, her need was fulfilled. So I don't have any judgment on myself when I tell someone that I can do a facial for them. My sister-in-law is here, and I told her earlier, I said I brought my Mary Kay stuff so you can do a facial, not because I'm like expecting her to buy something, but I want her to try the products. And I guess as I've become more confident and convinced of the power of the products, I'm excited for people to use them and have the opportunity to use them. And then if they want to buy, they can buy. I don't feel like I'm having to get people to buy, which is my second important takeaway from this experience. I'll start by saying in about October, this girl from high school had approached me to see if I would be interested in selling Pampered Chef because she saw that I was looking for work, and that's what she sells. So I wasn't really interested at that time, and I ended up going with Mary Kay once I realized I needed to make some money now, which I talk about in the video, Subsidize Your Dreams. And I reached out to her to just kind of talk about to compare notes. And I really think all direct sales is pretty much the same. If the product is good and they have like a normal compensation structure, like it's pretty much the same concept. So I asked if she thought this was correct. I think the challenge is not really getting people to buy your product. I think the challenge is getting yourself to put your product in front of people. That's the hard part. But on the outside, you think, well, do people really want this? How can I get them to buy it? Blah, blah, blah. But that's not where the challenge lies. And I mentioned in the video, it said a pep talk for both of us, I think. My friend was like, why'd you pick Mary Kay? Did you even do market research? Like, people don't use Mary Kay, which it's so silly because it's skincare. Like, people use skincare. So yes, people do use Mary Kay. And it's obviously one of the leading companies. Like, if you had to list 5 cosmetic companies, you would probably think about Mary Kay. People are out here going on trips and driving pink Cadillacs. So it is something that people use. And that's not where the battle is. The battle is getting yourself to reach out to somebody and see if they want the opportunity to experience products on their own. So that's what I've learned from sales. Next, I'm going to talk about my actual sales. Now, Mary Kay does have a rule. I can't tell you exactly how much I make, which I don't really understand why not. But I will say my goal was to earn an additional $500 income per month. And with 4 weeks of, there were four weeks in February. I don't know why I needed to specify that. 4 weeks of February and minimal effort, I still was probably over halfway of that goal. And with Mary Kay, you get 50% of the profit. So if my goal is 500, then I would have to sell 1,000 in retail, and then I would earn $500. So I did almost maybe like 60% of that with minimal effort. So I'm really excited about when I can actually put forth effort. I think it's like fun to me now. It's fun to have an opportunity to create income. Before, I didn't know, I felt like I had to get a formal job. And then even after that, when I was thinking about building my business, I'm like, I have to do all this before I'm entitled to make money. But with Mary Kay, it's just like you go out and sell a product and then here's a few dollars. The other thing I've really enjoyed about it is I now have a reason to go into people's homes that I didn't have before. At Fort Bragg, there's so many women there that are lonely. There's like 1 million lonely women, which sounds crazy. It's like, if you're all lonely, then just be friends to each other. But it's not that simple. There are women that I was going to the gym with every week, but didn't really get to know. And I was able to go into their homes and get to know them, spend time with them, to the point actually where I felt like I wish I had started Mary Kay earlier so that I could have more friends and get to know more people and really know their story. So I'm looking forward to transferring that and doing that in Missouri. It actually has made me feel like I need to reach out to people I know, period. Not just in terms of business-wise, but when I was a military spouse, there was no one around that knew me, but there are people who I've gone to college with that live in the area, high school, or that I've met through work, and I just really want to reach out to them and spend time with them. I have literally spent time with strangers. There was a girl I kind of knew through Facebook. I went to her house to watch a movie. So I don't need to interact with strangers when there are people that I actually know that I can be friends with. So that's what I'm looking forward to. My overall takeaway is don't be afraid of direct sales. I think I was really afraid. I can't even like really access the fear that I had before to really break it down. I just feel like I'm in a completely different place. And also, don't disqualify an opportunity before you try it. Don't say you can't do something. Don't say it's not for you until you try it. I mean, of course, if you have no interest in skincare and no interest in makeup, then Mary Kay is probably not for you. Or if you have no interest in cooking, then Paper Chef's probably not for you. Like, you know, in that regard, if you have no interest in the product, then move on. But there's a lot of things we don't do just because we think we can't do it. And I'm just so surprised at how wrong I was. Even I signed up still thinking I couldn't do it, and I still did it. So I'm really excited about the ways that I've grown through this experience and the like layer of fear that I've overcome, even though I was specifically fearful about sales and direct sales and what people thought of me. That translates to other areas of my life. So I'm really happy that I've overcome it. My goals are to make that $500 and meet more people. I did make a good several $100s this month. I'm not going to use it for my like personal money. First of all, I was advised that you need to use 60% to buy a product. So if their product's $100, it's going to cost me $50. So I'm going to spend 50% to pay for the product, and then I'll spend 10% to buy or put toward new product, and then keep the other 40% like incorporate into my family's income. But I'm not doing that for February. I think I really just want to pay off that debt that I have, so that's what I do. Oh, I also wanted to mention I actually have the cash for all the debt that I have. I don't carry debt. I mean, I'm carrying this business debt because there's no interest on it. But like with the MacBook, I could have bought that, but I chose to put it on a credit card because I wanted to like have business. I wanted to have faith in my business that I would be able to pay for it through my business revenue. So we'll see. But I'm feeling pretty good. I hope that my video was inspiring to you one way or another. I'm definitely not saying go out and sign up for Mary Kay or any other direct sales, but I am saying to try new things and don't count yourself out. All right. If you could see the clock, it's super late, so I'm gonna go to bed. I just wanted to do this video in this very nice hotel room and while I'm looking nice, and no, I did not shave my head, but I did get my hair cut. I'll talk more about that later. Thank you so much for your time. Have a good and productive week.